Some mysteries refuse to rest, lingering in the corners of our minds, haunting us with their unresolved nature. They linger in the shadows, cold cases with unanswered questions that seem to whisper through time. The unsolved murder in room 1046 is one such enigma, a chilling tale of secrecy and violence that continues to fascinate and frighten even the most seasoned investigators. The year was 1935, a time when the world was grappling with the Great Depression and the shadows of war loomed on the horizon. The Place Hotel President, Kansas City, a grand establishment that promised comfort and luxury to its guests. It was here in the heartland of America that a tragedy unfolded, leaving behind a trail of perplexing clues and dead ends that would baffle detectives for decades. This is the story of Roland T. Owen, the mysterious man who checked into room 1046 and became forever entwined with its haunting legacy, a legacy that still raises more questions than answers. On January 2nd, a man checked into the Hotel President under the name Roland T. Owen. He arrived alone, carrying only a small black bag, and his demeanor was calm yet distant. He was described as young, handsome, and well-dressed. His dark hair was slicked back, and he wore a neatly pressed suit that gave him an air of sophistication. He paid for his room in cash, an unusual practice at the time, which immediately caught the attention of the hotel staff. Cash payments were rare, especially for extended stays. He told the bellhop he was from Los Angeles, there on business. However, he provided no further details about his work or the nature of his visit. He acted strangely from the start, requesting a room with a specific view, one that faced an inner courtyard, not the bustling street below. This peculiar request added to the air of mystery surrounding him. The bellhop found this odd, but obliged. As he led Owen to room 1046, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about this guest. What secrets did this mysterious guest bring with him to room 1046? The staff would soon find out that Roland T. Owen was not who he seemed, and his stay would become one of the most baffling mysteries in the hotel's history. 2 days later, a maid entered room 1046. What she found was a scene of unimaginable horror. The room was in disarray, furniture overturned, the air thick with an unsettling silence. Lying on the floor was Roland T. Owen, naked, his body contorted in pain. He had been brutally beaten and stabbed. His death was slow, agonizing. The killer had vanished, leaving behind a chilling tableau. The investigation into Owen's murder quickly revealed a web of strange occurrences. The detectives, seasoned and sharp, found themselves entangled in a mystery that seemed to grow more complex with each passing hour. A series of phone calls made from room 1046 in the hours leading up to the discovery of the body sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned detectives. These calls were not just ordinary calls. They were filled with cryptic messages and eerie silences that hinted at something sinister. One call was to a local newspaper. The journalist who received the call was left in a state of shock, unable to comprehend the gravity of the information he had just been given. The caller, his voice barely a whisper, spoke of a man being held captive in room 1046. His tone was urgent, almost desperate, as if he was racing against time to convey his message. Another call was to a funeral home. This call was equally perplexing, adding another layer of mystery to the already baffling case. The caller inquired about casket prices. The funeral director, puzzled by the unusual request, noted the details but couldn't shake off the feeling of unease that the call left behind. Who were these mysterious callers? What was their connection to the tragic events that unfolded in room 1046? And what did they know about the fate of Roland T. Owen? The detectives were determined to uncover the truth, no matter how deep they had to dig into the shadows of the past. Days after the murder, a mysterious package arrived at the funeral home handling Owen's arrangements. It was a bouquet of lilies and roses, a final, chilling tribute to the slain man. The card read simply, "Love forever, Louise." Police investigated every florist in Kansas City, but the flowers yielded no clues. The sender, like the callers and the killer, vanished without a trace. Despite the best efforts of the Kansas City Police Department, the murder of Roland T. Owen remains unsolved. The case is riddled with unanswered questions. Who was Roland T. Owen? Was that even his real name? Who were the mysterious callers, and what was their connection to the crime? What happened in room 1046 that fateful night? The answers, like ghosts, seem to linger just beyond reach, lost in the passage of time. The unsolved mystery of room 1046 serves as a stark reminder that some secrets remain hidden, some stories without endings. It is a case that continues to fascinate and frighten, its unanswered questions echoing through the decades. But room 1046 is not alone. History is replete with similar tales of unsolved mysteries, of crimes that have baffled investigators and captured the imaginations of the public. These cases remind us that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.